Hey, look out. It's Faith Talk Live. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
Hey, what a treat to talk with Nathan from Heart for Africa. Heart for Africa making a huge impact on the orphans there in Eswatini, Africa. And he is no psycho, although in the background, he's got a psycho poster. It's a classic there. Nathan, how are you?
I'm doing great this morning. How are you guys?
Doing well for a Monday morning, I guess. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, we lose track of all days in this world now.
I know. I do.
One of my favorite parts is to kind of chat before we go live. And you get to know a little bit more about the guests. And I love the background. You were a film major, and you've seen a lot of awesome films, probably some stinkers as well.
Some not so awesome films.
Yeah, I've seen them all.
Yeah. What was your favorite part about being, well, you enjoy film, but what was your favorite part about being a film major? What'd you pull away from that?
Wow, what a question. I tend to look at the world in the sense of movies. I mean, even in the sense of like the right soundtrack for the right thing, which you guys probably,
Oh, yeah.
every day and what you're doing. And so I just love the blocking of scenes and looking out the window and saying, how would we do that and stuff. I'm one of these very pretentious film students, so I can't just watch a movie without writing down the mise en scene and how Will Ferrell really blocked that scene to deliver that comedy.
I'm going to ask two questions, and then we'll get into the important stuff.
Sure.
The kind of stuff that makes me think, talking about you, about your story. When you're watching a movie, do you have one favorite movie, or are there many? You just can't put one at number one.
There's always, whenever you ask that question to film people, they're like, oh, how can I pick one movie? There's rainy day movies and there's whatever. But the one that I fall back on is North by Northwest, Hitchcock movie, Cary Grant, just 2.5 hours of just great stuff. I tend to like the older stuff better, but
Hitchcock, a genius.
Anything with Hitchcock, Scorsese, Hitchcock, or Billy Wilder, I'm all over that.
Now, was there a movie that you said, this is just the worst movie I've ever seen? I never want to see this again.
I can't do that. I mean, there are movies out there that I've seen that I thought, if I could have that $750 back, I would take it back. But I'm not on here to talk down.
Okay. All right.
No, we're an uplifting organization.
All right. One more quick one. Seriously. When you're watching a movie with your family, do you drive them crazy and pick it apart, or do you just remain silent?
No, I'm the quiet one. Let me rephrase that. That's the one time you can say that about me, that I'm the quiet one. And 9 times out of 10, if I'm watching it with somebody, I've probably seen it before. So I do tend to get asked a lot of questions. Not even like technical film questions, just like, wait, who's that? Where did they come back? Did they get murdered? Like, I don't, I'm not a writer. I'm just a film person,
I think we're going to have a special show with you just about
movies. Yeah.
I think we should.
The pandemic's been hard because it was like 4 years ago that I made my goal to watch the AFI Top 100. We are done. And now during pandemic, I have been struggling to find movies, because I think I've watched every movie that was ever made in this country, at least. I'll have to get into the Bollywood stuff, I guess.
Yeah. Just go down to Blockbuster and rent them all. I mean, come on.
I go to Hollywood Video, and I have my card. I get my N64 for the whole movie. I used to do that.
Nathan, Heart for Africa, and we love talking to him. This not a movie. This is real life.
Real life
out here. Eswatini, Africa, and Project Canaan. Want to talk about the gala coming up. First, let's catch up with you. What's going on with you guys? Are you traveling at all? Probably not.
No, unfortunately, to get to Eswatini, we have to go through South Africa, obviously. And South Africa has been, back and forth through lockdown through this whole thing. They've shut down liquor sales and then started liquor sales. They've shut down travel, period, between the provinces there. So right now we're focusing in on having a trip next year, March, Easter. We're still putting this together. You'll hear about that at the gala this week on Thursday. You'll see that in our advertisements and in our newsletters and stuff. But right now it looks like our first trip as a staff, as a family, as a guest, we can't get down there until most likely March, April of next year. So no, even the kids, even Janine and Ian, our founders' children, won't be able to get home for Christmas this year or Thanksgiving, like most of us.
Yeah. How about the kids that you guys are serving there? How are they doing? Do they have everything they need, or do they need more?
No, I mean, there's always a need. I mean, I say that obviously everything helps, and we're always working on new projects. We got, in fact, child number 273 this week. Mm-hmm. And we got a boy, so we're excited about that. And kids always keep coming. But as far as our kids, we've been on lockdown the entire time. We even have construction projects that are always going on. And we've worked out a schedule where the construction workers are up here working while the kids are way down here, learning or doing their thing. And so we've been really intentional about keeping shifts, away from each other. And when people come in, we temperature check the delivery trucks. They don't get out of the truck. So, I mean, I say this with a little pride, but also, there's more to it. We have probably the safest kids in country. But we do work with the communities and churches and stuff like that. And so we are still out there, and we are still seeing it.
Good.
Heart for Africa. We're talking with Nathan. These guys are the real deal. I mean, they really care about their kids, and probably itching to get back as soon as they can.
Absolutely.
Project Canaan, 2,500 acres of development to help orphans in Eswatini, focusing on hunger, orphans, poverty, education. A lot of that's going to come up during the gala, depending on where you're from, coming up the 22nd at 7 p.m. It's going to be twofold, right? It's going to be in person and streaming. Let's talk about it.
Correct. So, yeah, well, here, I'll help you out. So we call it our Celebrate Hope event. So there's you don't have to worry about the pronunciation there. We do call it a gala. I'm not saying that you're wrong. It's just another option there. But so we're going to have it's a virtual tour, and that aspect obviously is virtual because we can't get down there. So we're going to have we're going to basically take you through the tour that we would give you when you arrived at Project Canaan, and show you the dairy and the school and the places where the kids live and all that stuff. But so we'll have that virtual aspect, but we are going to have an in-person aspect at the Legacy Theater in Alpharetta. It's just right across 400 from the Avalon. It's a newer facility there, but we've got tickets available. We will be socially distanced. We'll have masks. We'll have the whole hand sanitizer. We'll have the whole shebang. We'll keep you safe. But David and I will be up there on stage with some other lesser known, celebrities like Rudy Currents and the whole group. But so if you like that kind of thing, over. No, I mean, but seriously, we're so excited about the entertainment. We're going to have music. We're going to have, guests. We're going to have the whole thing. So there is a real live event with people in person. So come on out on Thursday.
You and David are going to be on stage. Now, are you guys doing a tap number for everybody, or what are you going to do?
And Costello, who's on first,
Yeah.
We got to keep it in the decades that I'm familiar with. Burns None of your viewers. I will say, not to interrupt my own self, but I loved the Little Ricky interview a few months ago. So that
that was cool.
Yeah, personal friend, just a humble guy, but just still touring with the band.
Loved it. Enjoyed it
last night. Nathan from Heart for Africa. What are people going to walk away with besides the fact that there's a need in Eswatini and you guys are doing just mountainous things, paramount things there? What are they going to walk away with? How can they help?
I mean, we always, as you said, and thanks for pointing that out, we focus on hope, hunger, orphans, poverty, education. And you, again, if you've seen us, David and I, on here before, you've heard what that's all about, and you can read more about that. But I think what we're seeing is it's about hope this year, unlike any other year, as your listeners and watchers and you guys know, is just unlike any other year. And so we're really missing our community. There's a lot of that down there. And so I think that personal connection is always something that we're trying to show how important that is. But we just, our whole thing this year, I mean, even the event is called the Hope Event. We're just hopeful and looking forward, as we always are, to next year and just, getting back to normal, whatever that's going to look like.
Yeah. And how can folks get tickets and get involved? Where can
check the Heart for Africa www.heartforafrica.org is there. You can read about it there and check out. It's the Celebrate Hope event. You can also go to BidPal and type in Celebrate Hope or Heart for Africa, and it'll take you there. But online tickets are $50 to view to get the link. And then we also have the different sponsorship levels for in person. You can have a seat, you can do a table. Anything like that as you feel led.
Awesome.
Heartforafrica.org. You see the website right there if you're watching YouTube, Facebook Live, listening on the radio, heartforafrica.org. Nathan, let's do this. Let's catch up in December. We're going to do a bunch of best ofs, no doubt, during the holidays, but the first couple of weeks, let's catch up with you.
Love to do that right after Alabama's done wrapping up this football season. We can get into the Christmas stuff.
That's just cold, isn't it? That's just very, very cold.
It's a Monday. Why not?
Hopefully they have more luck than the Braves. Let's just say that.
Yeah,
okay.
Watching in Georgia, right? This doesn't go out in Georgia, does it?
No, not at all.
Oh,
hey, check it out. What a great event. These guys, again, the real deal. They love these kids, and they don't just love them. They're doing something about it. Heartforafrica.org. We'll be right back. We got to take a break. I'm Rick Probst.
And I'm Dan Ratcliffe.
This is Faith Talk Live. Well, I think Dan didn't push the off switch.
I just did. I hit the